Welcome back. The whole business of buying and carving jade is often described as a gamble. In the first place, a raw stone may promise much, but there's no telling what it may be like inside once it's cut open. Then there's the matter of carving the stone. Here, the risk can be reduced by turning to an acknowledged master carver.
This piece of jadeite accessory in the shape of ruyi, an S-shaped ornamental object, was auctioned at the price of 33 million yuan in August 2005, which created a record in the domestic jadeite auction market. It is from the Yangmei village located in the city of Jieyang in southern China's Guangdong province. Though a small village, Yangmei village enjoys a reputation as the jade capital of Asia. The jade masters here have hands which can make miracles. They have the skills to make beautiful jade wares out of ordinary-looking jade stones. To test the expertise of the jade carving masters, a piece of jade stone with some defects was chosen and given to one of the masters. The price of the material cost 3,800 yuan, and the purpose is to find out how much it would value after being polished by the jade master. The jade master chosen is named Lin Chaoming, a renowned jade carving master in the area. It's said that once he spent 4,000 yuan, bought a piece of stone and made it into a pot decorated with the pattern of winter blossoms. In the end, the pot was purchased by a collector at the price of 80,000 yuan.
大概就做这个形状，这个做一个竹节，叫竹高升。它这个一个鹦鹉朝下面望，上面呢也是一只鹦鹉对望。刚好这一节呢，这里有一点白点。这个节这个胶做到这里来就可以刚好把它挖掉，这个两边都压低一点，就这个白就去掉了。一抛光呢，它这个颜色呢可能还会闪开一点。如果这个做出来效果的话，好的话都有1万多块。
It is known that jade carving is a long process involving a number of complicated procedures such as cutting, carving, polishing, etc. It used to take at least a week to finish such a small ornament object. However, nowadays, many electronic devices are applied in today's modern jade carving, which greatly shortens the processing time. After 2 days of hard work, the object was completed.
现在这个已经做好了，基本上已经做好了。因为这个白点呢，已经也把它压低了，这边白点也压低了，裂线也去掉了。你看看哈，这个裂线已经没了，这个没了，对，毛病都比较容易处理。所以它做出来的东西呢，它比较光滑。你不比这件东西，它本身就黑的就很多。这块料拿起来就要先把黑的挖掉，你看挖了一个坑一个坑的哈。挖好了再来设计。 就做了一个梅花树枝，这个梅花就能把这个黑坑啊掩饰掉。
In jade carving master's hands, an imperfect jade stone can be made into a valuable piece of art. The design of the ornament object is finished, and now it comes to the last procedure, polishing. At the Yangmei village, many people have experienced jade gambling. A piece of jade can make one get wealthy almost overnight, but sometimes lead a family to losing everything. Lin Chaoming is no exception.
每一块都亏，但是就没有经验。现在我都怕了，我都不敢了。我就是靠这个工厂啊来买一点，人家感觉太难赚的，我就用心来做，就把它。
Lin Chaoming is still gambling now, but in a different way. Now he gambles with his wisdom and expertise. The 2005 Myanmar Jade Fair, a fist-sized 3-color jadeite, grabbed his attention.
我又很喜欢那东西， 又舍不得还给他，我老是拿在手上，他要拿回去，我老是不给他拿。
The owner of the stone realized that Lin Chaoming loved his stone, so he charged him 160,000 yuan. Lin Chaoming had to resort to his friend Mr. Tsai and persuaded him to purchase it.
自己没有钱，我就叫朋友出钱，我出脑出工，把它合起来做，他们也愿意。我有工厂，我知道做什么，我知道做出来能值钱。
It took as long as 1 month for Master Lin to think about how to design the 3-colored jade stone. Then he felt that he was ready to do something to it. He also invited Master Li Wenxue from Henan province to offer him a hand. He made a special request to Master Li.
我就交代你师傅这个，当时那石头大概这么大嘛，我就交代师傅说，做出来要比这个大。
原先想的是去拉一条链做2件，但是后来呢就是去考虑2块料一半大，就是没什么节奏。现在呢就会能分出来1、2、3来，小的、中个的，然后大个的。
Technically, it was not easy to divide the stone into 3 parts for carving, while still keeping the original 3 parts of the stone together. Master Li tried dividing the stone with 2 iron wires.
当初就斜着打孔，用那个小钢丝，就用那种比较传统的那种做法去拉钢丝，那样靠着那个金刚砂去拉。
Li Wenxue spent 3 days applying the traditional method to divide the jade. Lin Chaoming became uneasy. He was worried that the wire might be broken. Also, he had no idea whether the internal part of the jade had some other colors, which directly decides the value of the jadeite.
他说拉不动，来切，我就让他切，他感觉压力就大，哇，还东西是你的，你自己切。
最主要的是那链子不能断，要是断了的话就前功尽弃了。
那天晚上我就说你们都走吧，我自己一个人来，我就把门关了，因为切这个比较危险。
The jade stone is about the size of a fist. Usually it would only take half an hour to cut a stone of this size, but that night it took Lin Chaoming a total of 2 hours. When it was cut open, Lin Chaoming was shocked.
里面这个颜色很漂亮，而且种也特别好，一点毛病都没有。我当时站在那里，我想到那这一次肯定脱贫了。
Out of his expectations, once the jadeite was cut, all the 3 parts were twig-colored, red, green, and white, very rare combination. He thought out a lucky name for this stone called Fu Lu Shou, meaning 3 gods of happiness, wealth, and longevity in Chinese culture.
做了1年，整整1年，做整整1年的时间，花这个师傅都给他的工资呢是1万块。 1个月，本身就是一块石头来的，在没做之前就是这样的，就这么大一块石头哈。这条链呢就是从这里切口做出来的，从这边，这边的链呢就是从这里起出来的。
The jadeite was completed as hoped, and it was worth more than $1 million. Mr. Tsai, the investor, liked it very much and collected it himself. This piece is very cleverly designed. The green part is carved into lotus leaves, and the yellow part becomes the chrysanthemum. Different colors match different contents of the craft. It is known among the jade investors that the risk of investing such ornament object is very high due to its high budget.
我们正规的做 雕件的话，需要3套本钱，一套是买材料的本钱，一套是加工过程中连加工完以后成品摆在那里的本钱，还有一套是工钱。
A good jade carving master must be an expert in applying different colors of the jade. On the one hand, he must demonstrate the distinction of the colors clearly. On the other hand, since the changes of the colors of the jade is gradual, he must be familiar with the changing tendency of the jade, and then brave and original enough to experiment something creative.
这是饼干。
对。凤爪。
凤爪。猪手。
它这可以翻开来啊。还有这小笼包，其实这些都是翡翠做的，做别的也许是做不出什么东西来啊。但是它做饼干呢，做起来你看，是挺像的。
The natural jade stone is usually carved with an eroded layer. A good jade carving master knows how to make full use of its original color of the layer and come up with a piece of art. Polishing is the last procedure. It is like putting on a dress for the jade wear. It makes the jade look more smooth and shining. When it is polished, wax will be applied to the object.
你看，有时候呢，只是一点点颜色一抛光呢，它会颜色会多一点点，好像有深一点点颜色这样子。
The 3,800 yuan jade has been carved as well. It was taken to the Yangmei jade market for an estimate of its price. How much on earth would it be worth after the carving? While the estimate went on, an aged man seemed to show interest in the object. He said that his son was also a jade master. If the object could be altered by him a bit, the price would get even higher. The name of the son is Xia Zhiyuan. He was fond of painting his childhood. His talent for painting helped him become a jade carving master. He's particularly good at combining the elegant beauty of jadeite with fashions. His designs are featured for his boldness and originality, a significant breakthrough in China's jade carving history.
这个料现在就全部做好了。我这边呢，我两边呢给它改成2只熊猫，比较贴切一点。熊猫吃竹子的嘛，这个钻孔的就跟其他的不一样，要横着来穿的，这样子这中间这个竹子就比较完整一点。然后现在你有没有发现，就是这些白的好像肿就透了很多哈？
显得比原来透了很多。
That fascinating insight into the art of jade carving brings us to the end of this edition of Around China. I hope you enjoyed it. Do join me again tomorrow for our next edition. In the meantime, feel free to contact us with your comments and suggestions. And do visit us on the internet at english.cctv.com. I'm Liang Hong. Until tomorrow, goodbye.